Hello, my good friends. This is Chaos Angel here, also known as the Lord of Omni, and I'm back at it again with another flippin' reaction for you. And it is time, my good friends, for that good Project L goodness in the fighting game community. Oh yes, we got some more news. Let's check it out. Boy, oh boy, I can't even remember when was the last time I reacted to this. I think this was during the time when DNF Duel was still pretty much like marketing and whatnot. But as far as the last time that I saw an update on it was about maybe 6 or 7 months ago. That was quite a while. I only know that was last year. But besides all that, we are looking to be getting quite a good deal of more news of this game that has definitely piqued my interest when it comes to it, primarily because of the fact of how it is one of the most aesthetically pleasing looking games, fighting games as of late, besides Grand Blue Fantasy, Dragon Ball Fighters, and obviously Guilty Gear Strive as far as the cell shaded goes. And then of course DNF Duel. I honestly, guys, I just need to preface this. I just love cell shaded as a art style, as a literal graphic style that's used in the gaming industry. Like, it is literally my favorite form of art direction for you to go with when it just comes to any sort of type of game. Fighting, adventure, hack and slash, RPG, any of that, because it gives you way more like a wide range of expression when it comes to it. And then of course there's the color palette, the freaking wondrous freaking colors and just the brights, and then you can also go the dark route when it comes to cell shaded. So it's like it has such a versatile use when it comes to gaming. And not just gaming, but all other forms of media, whether it be art, and then of course even more so animation. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, this has definitely been piquing my interest, even though when it comes to the source franchise of this game, League of Legends isn't exactly a game or a franchise that I'm exactly into because of its genre. I'm not really a fan of like top-down games like that. But it's like one thing that has intrigued me was essentially the characters. And then of course the animations, which I have yet to really even take a look at. But this is probably going to spring me into action of wanting to do probably a series of reactions on looking at some characters and as well as some animations that they have done. There was only like a couple that I've technically seen from their channel that was here and there, but I haven't really seen all of them, besides the fact that I've seen the Netflix series for it and whatnot. So I do have an idea of some characters like Echo and what have you, Jinx and so on and so forth. But yeah, we have quite a good deal of some videos that we have to take a look at with this. We have the video that's from Riot Games, and then apparently Maximilian actually tried it out, and so I'm gonna get a little bit of a tidbit of his thoughts on what exactly he experienced with this game. So with that in mind, let's get it. Man, I swear, sooner or later I'm gonna be investing me in some more like different forms of lighting. I am gonna be sprucing up my videos soon enough. Just wait till next year. All right, so we have the dev diary that they usually update us with. Let's go ahead and just make that 1440. Let's take a look, see what we got here.
Hey everyone, it's our favorite time of year, so we thought we'd
All
check in
right.
and let y'all know what's happening.
Seeing as it's getting close to Evo,
project, we felt that if we were going to make a fighting game, we needed to bring something new to the genre.
oh,
We're investing in some big ideas that we hope will unlock new kinds of fun for fighting game fans. I'm happy to introduce one of those big bets for you today, which some of you have already suspected. Project L isn't just a tag-based fighting game. It's a 2v2 team-based fighting game.
Wait,
This
what?
means that teams of 2 players can face off together in the same match with each player piloting a single champion. So we're building a game where you can play with
Hey,
your friends.
what in the act?
Let
What?
me toss it over to Sean to explain how it works.
Excuse, dude, you shitting me?
Man, that hurts. Maybe I just handshake.
Yo.
Yeah, I can do that. Okay.
Wait, hold on. Is that not like?
Are you ready?
Oh my god.
Oh, you like that?
Oh.
That's kind of clean.
Oh.
You do love to see
Oh.
it.
Oh
You
shit.
have no idea how long I've been waiting.
Is
for
that
this.
not like freaking Street
is fun.
Fighter
One of our
EX,
games
like the
Wanna
EX
talk about one?
series?
Let's get
Is that
into it.
not something that
Dual
Street
play
Fighter
works a
has
bit
already
like
done?
team wrestling. One player controls
Oh
the
my
team on
God.
stage, and the other waits off screen for their teammate to find the right
Uh-huh.
moment to tag them in. In our last update, we showcased some of our tag
Oh,
mechanics.
okay.
All of which were designed from
So
the
those are
ground
the
up to
usual
encourage
tag
teamwork.
mechanics that you would
Sharing
typically
these
see.
victories, defeats, performing combos together, or saving your partner in a clutch moment are just some of the new ways you can experience the game as a duo.
Dude, that's literally like the arena fighter mechanics.
2v1 matchups. So don't worry,
That's like
solo
Storm
players.
mechanics,
You
dude.
can still play as a solo tag team fighter and control both champs at once.
Bruh, I can't get over this art style. It looks so flippin' good. And that 60 frames per second
Whatever
animation,
your setup, Our
Jesus.
systems are designed to feel fluid and rewarding for players on stage and off screen. And that starts before you even get into a match. Before the game starts, each team can choose to
I'm gonna
customize
be-
how their champs play together with something we're calling the fuse system. With
Fuse.
fuses, you can choose between powerful synergies that change up your duo's playstyle and really allow player expression to shine. I want to talk about one
Two
fuse
times
called 2x
assist.
assist.
Empower your opponent.
This allows
Empower
team to
your
throw out 2
partner.
assists back to back instead of just one. With each champion having 2 assists and some of them being chargeable, there is a lot to discover. But you can always
What
change
the
your
f-
fuse for the next match to find out what feels
So
right.
they assist
We're
two
really
times in
excited
a
for the
row?
possibilities here and can't wait to see what you come up with. Team play is at the heart of Project L's design and the foundation of the game overall. We know it's a difficult design challenge to get right, but we spend a lot of time figuring out how
Bam,
to make
bam.
duo plays something truly unique and special for you all to enjoy and
Team
master.
special. Switch.
I'm sure you've
You
got
gotta
loads
love
of
it.
questions, so keep them close, because I have one more thing to tell you all. I'm thrilled to say that Project L will have a playable demo at EVO, where you can come try out the game on the show
See?
floor.
There you go.
We'll have 4 champions available, no sign-up required. Whether you're attending or not, look out for another update with more reveals soon. In the
They have
check
to
out this
freaking
full
do more
TV2
reveals in
match between
Evo.
4 of our devs. Link in the description below. Thank you all for watching, and see you in Las Vegas.
Bruh. Bruh. This game looks so damn. I am sorry right now, my good friends. Is it wrong for me to say that this game looks so good? It looks so much better to me than freaking Strive. I have no idea why, but it's like I feel as though that makes so much sense in a way, primarily because of the fact that the League of Legends developers, I don't know who are the ones, the team that does the animations for like their channel for League of Legends, but it's like their animations are on a league of their own, pun all intended. But it's just like, dude, lit straight up, their animations are of a league on their own, bruh. And they're making it show in a fighting game. Another video game that's not a top-down game, and I'm just like, I'm actually happy that they're freaking doing this, because there are so many possibilities that they can go with this, and I already know for a damn fact that they're going to be supporting the ever-living shit of this. This is going to get some serious ass support. I mean, there's absolutely no way that they could not. I already know that this is a free-to-play game, and I'm not typically on the free-to-play like spectrum. That's not really targeted to me, but it's like I don't know why. Just knowing about the fact on how, like, as far as League of Legends in terms of a franchise has been built on them, essentially, I believe being a free-to-play game, and the support that it brings, and so on and so forth, and just how big it's become, and how it has like all of these other pieces of media, I feel like I can trust that there's going to be plenty in a way of content and as well as support for this game. I mean, with how dedicated Riot Games are in making this game feel so good and looks so good. This is gonna be one crazy fighter. Like, I'm sorry, this is gonna be one crazy fighter. Anyway, alright, so now we're on to Max's video. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. I don't want to try and make this too long, so I'm gonna try and like not do too many pauses on this video. I want to try and just get through it as much as possible, but if there's anything that just catches me, I'm most likely gonna end up pausing it so I can put my thoughts on it. All right.
What's up, dudes? Max here.
All right.
Oh man, I think you guys have been waiting for this one. So
the impacts! Holy shit! That screen shake.
To go down to Riot Studios.
Okay.
With several other friends and colleagues in the content creator.
There's Jinx.
Spectrum. We were able to check out and finally play one of the most anticipated fighting games, I think, of all time, Project L. So I kind of want to go over in this video core and base impressions. They did give us
that cell shade looks way too damn good
and show off the game. Please have this running in 4K if you possibly can to see how good the game actually looks.
Unfortunately, I cannot, as I do not have a 4K computer.
Yeah, I want to give you sort of a rundown of what's in the game, and then talk a bit about my impressions of the entire experience and where they could possibly be going from this point forward.
Dude, the layout, this layout actually looks pretty clean and pretty representative for the game. It's very fitting.
It is indeed a tag team fighting game, a 2 versus 2 game specifically, and one of the most interesting things that Project L is going to be doing that hasn't been talked about too much and is going to be revealed very soon is the fact that this is a 2v2 game. And yes, there is proper duos. You can have one player controlling one character on each team and fighting each other online or offline in whatever scenario you can possibly think of.
That's just crazy.
The thing that the game does have is the ability for you to play solos versus duos. So if you want to control both characters on the
bruh, look at the crazy nonsense. This combo.
People that are piloting the two
characters
at the same time.
Okay. Okay.
So there can be a mixture between.
Oh, bruh, that is a good freaking super.
This game will allow for that.
That's a good super to freaking put your opponent in the corner. If you're in the corner, holy shit.
In the past comes as kind of no surprise. We sort of saw this and the writing on the wall, so I'm just very glad that it's here, because when it comes to 2v2 tag fighters, this is always a very fun and very welcome thing that I'm super excited for. The game is also going to be at EVO, so we're going to be seeing a lot more impressions of Project L coming very soon, which is fantastic to hear, because I'm very curious to see what other people have to say about it, because
okay, more ooh, bam, air, the grab,
and we're just gonna run off everything that's there.
I'm gonna be quite frank with you. All I really needed to see was just that, and you already sold me. All that I really needed to see was just that. I don't even need to hear any like the rest of this, to be frank with you. Cause just like getting to experience it myself and like figuring out all of the nonsensical nonsense that this game provides is enough for me. Also, that freaking color for Echo was fucking sick. That is actually sick. That is a sick color right there. That is a sick color palette. I'm gonna be using that. I am gonna be using that color palette. So far, the only character that I'm thinking about playing is Echo right now. I am definitely probably going to be doing a series of like League of Legends reactions. Let me know whether or not if that's something that you guys would be interested in checking out. But I definitely will most likely be doing some League of Legends reactions and going to the League of Legends to take a look at the characters and the animations and see what they're all about. Because I haven't really like delved too much into that. I was planning on it since the time that like this game was even revealed. When it was first revealed was when I believe was when I was planning on taking a look at this franchise, but I'm not 100% sure. But dude, holy crap. this this is the kind of game that I've been waiting for the longest time. Not just with the tag, it's the combos for me, dude. The combos are screaming freaking Blaze Blue. I can't really say it is as fast as like Blaze Blue, but dude, holy shit. These combos are straight up freaking Blaze Blue slash like Marvel versus Capcom level, with how you are capable of like doing so much shit from freaking air to ground. Oh, bruh, ground to air. It's honestly ridiculous. There's the freaking fact that it's like it gives me the feel of an anime fighter with Blaze Blue and Under Night In-Birth. And I think there was another one, if I remember correctly, Melty Blood as well, realistically speaking. But yeah, man, this is literally scratching this itch for me, because like most games as of late don't really have these kind of like combos that you can do. And then of course many of the times they don't even have like air dodges. Like for instance, DNF Duel, I'm still waiting for DNF to freaking have an air dodge. Like the only thing that game really needs for me in order for me to really fall in love with it is just an air dodge. That's the only thing that it's missing. I love air dodge games. I don't know what to tell you, but it's like games like freaking Blaze Blue is where I'm at when it comes to 2D fighters.
Before I start giving you my overall impressions of everything.
Yeah, that's
so
definitely a sick skin.
That's
a sick color palette.
You can tag in your partner, right? You can actively bring in your other team member. They have assists. You can choose what assists they do. Their assists between like a forward and back assist do change. And,
okay.
The tagging is very similar to something like Power Rangers. So if anybody's used to Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, anytime the other character is on the screen, you can actively handshake tag to that partner. There's like a nice like clapping sound, and suddenly you're in control of them while you weren't.
Dude,
ready
the
to
backgrounds.
Be that character sometimes it's very dynamic and it's super fun, but it does take a little while to wrap your brain around it.
Bro, look at the crazy. You're even attacking. Of course you're attacking. Of course you're attacking the assist.
Movement and mobility, it's got its like usual fare. It does
pretty
have
much like Dragon Ball
running
FighterZ
in the game. So if you want to forward dash, you can dash inherently, but if you hold it, you can run. There's also backwards dashing, and there is proper wave dashing, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 style, so that's the light and medium attack at the same time, and then you press down, and then light and medium down repeatedly to just have your character wave dash across the screen. It is fairly traditional when it comes to control layout and normals, where your characters are all equipped with a light, medium, and heavy attack, but they also have a tag button specifically, which is utilized for assists and allows you to obviously tag in your partner. However, it's interesting because if you hold it down, it does eventually tag in the partner, similar to something like a versus Capcom 3.
That super was clean.
However, by default, the tag button acts as kind of like a straight launcher, and I think the only other game I can give a comparative to this to is like Street Fighter Cross Tekken, when you have that like uppercut attack that automatically tags in your other character. That's exactly what this does.
Darius is going freaking hard, bro. His animations are fucking sick as hell.
You, I think, take away gray health of the opponent, so there is reasons to do it mid-combo. Throws is also attached to the medium and heavy, and you also get a weird ability called a critical strike, where every character can charge their heavy attack, which essentially results in a super plus on block mega heavy attack that allows you to like dash cancel in and do all this wild and stuff.
Here we go. Darius shenanigans. Oh, dude, that super is so fucking badass.
As well, so they're sort of like caked in for every character, and then
I don't know. Darius is doing it for me.
The interesting thing about the game is that there are no special move motions. The game is 4 attack buttons technically between light, medium, heavy, and tag, and then you also have 2 other buttons which are Special 1 and then Special 2. So Special 1 and Special 2, every character is different. That was currently in the playable version of the game we have right now. Between all of them, yes, there wasn't the exact same amount of special attacks per character. There was an interesting amount of variety where some characters had more specials attached to what they had and follow-ups and all this stuff, so it wasn't just like, oh, we only get 2 specials per character. No, think of like forward special, neutral special, back special, like all that kind of stuff.
The fuck is this, Super Smash?
Defense stuff stuff because this is where I think some of the game has very interesting design decisions. There's a lot of defensive mechanics in Project L, and one of the biggest ones is that the game does not have a traditional push block. It does have push block, but it does cost an entire bar of meter. You'll notice that there is 3 bars of meter at the bottom. That is for your supers, and it is also for your heavy defensive mechanics.
So those are actually completely separate
assists, which is awesome.
I thought those were gauges literally for like each character or something.
You also have something called retreating guard, and this is
interesting.
Back and light and medium. This thing works like a reverse push block. So instead of like the enemy getting pushed away a whole bunch, what it does is sort of like push
Echo looks so damn clean in this.
Character backwards, allowing you
these character models, these
put
graphics
where you can whiff punish them if they're throwing out too many attacks. However, it has a huge weakness. It completely loses to low attacks, so you have to be super careful of when you use this. But it is a pretty interesting tool to kind of push.
The intro is fire. The intros are fire.
The game has a parry.
The presentation of this game is on a level that I should have expected, because we're talking about League of Legends here. Like, this shouldn't even be a surprise. But like, holy crap, dude, this game is just on a level of like polish that I didn't even think that I was going to experience right now. Because it really feels as though the presentation of this game goes far beyond that of what Arc System does, and that says something. Like, Arc System be on their shit, and it's actually kind of surprising on how this is at the level, if not that, like above Arc System in terms of quality in animation. Like, that's crazy, dude. And this is off rip. This is off rip gonna be having rollback netcode. Like, this is off rip gonna be having rollback netcode.
It has a 1 meter parry, where if you press
1 meter
parries
parries
at the same time, you can do a high parry and a low parries with the down and light and heavy. And it's just a straight up like parry animation that you see in something like Street Fighter 6 with a little bit of a catch window that feels like 5 to 8 frames or something like that. The crazy part about it is that if you're successful and you successfully high parry someone,
this is
or
so
low parry
chaotic.
Someone, you get all of that meter back. So it definitely is
oh my god, Ari's combos.
To be auto-piloting their block strings, you're gonna get parried to holy hell.
I can't even imagine what's like what other characters that they will be able to create differently in terms of combos.
And as of right now, getting meter isn't super plentiful, even though you have different meter gauges for each team member. Yeah, there's like 3 meters on one person and 2 meters on another. That is the way it currently works. There's also wake-up attacks, like auto wake-up attacks when you get off the ground.
Ooh, slow-mo. Like oh, the backstep. Oh, the Ari switch. Oh, dropped it.
Sort of wake-up attacks that use your offensive/defensive meter in that game.
Dude, I love that move.
Like that. It doesn't use anything, but on block, they're really punishable and bad, and you could kind of jump them right now. So they were only so good. They didn't seem like a universal DP or anything like that. They felt like they might need a little bit of work. Obviously, you can tech out of combos in this game. It's very similar to Guilty Gear, where a combo will essentially quote-unquote black beat, and that means that the combo wasn't tight enough or they hit stunned out. You can tech out by holding a button, very similar to a game like Dragon Ball FighterZ. And there's also a quick rise and a back roll on wake up, so there's quite a bit of defensive mechanics that the game is setting up for. And last but not least, talking about all the different offensive stuff you can do. Yes, the tag button does a default tag launcher where you can just tag in your partner mid-combo. There is assists, but it isn't just a forward assist or a back assist for, like, you know, the 2 assists your character gets. No, you can actually keep that assist button held down and run in with them. No joke.
Bam.
One of the coolest things to have
shit.
Your character running and your assist is running as well. And you can sort of delay that assist by doing a charged assist and holding the attack. It's super sick looking. And then obviously handshake tag.
So far, all of this is freaking sick looking, dude.
And then there's some pretty interesting, you know, mechanics that are there to get you back into the fight if you lose your other character. And it's called Last Stand. And it's when you're below 50% life on your last character, you get access to your assist again. Like, your character didn't die completely, your secondary one. your assist can come back and do a really, really big assist called Last Stand, and it takes a long time to return. It takes like 10
That's
seconds.
what the last stand ready
That allows you a little
is
bit of
up on the
comeback
health
if you
bar.
down a character. And the final one is Dynamic Save, which acts like pretty much a burst, right? Pretty much a traditional Guilty Gear burst.
Dude, that must
If
be
you
what
use
the
it,
freaking
it
red
uses up
effect
this,
is over the
green gauge
characters.
at the top of the UI, and that gauge returns over time if you're like offensive or you're getting beat up or as time progresses. This thing just blows up and, you know, the opponents go flying away, but it can be blocked, and if it is blocked, I'm pretty sure you can get a punish after in a similar fashion to something like a Guilty Gear. So there is a complete like burst bait mechanic going on here, where if you see the opponent's going to burst, you can properly do something about it if you know it's going to happen. Whew. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. That's all like the movement and offensive and defensive and tag things that are in the game. But guess what? There's actually a ton more, because before you even get to the point of a character select screen in Project L, in this current version of the game, there is an entire groove system the game sets up, which is called fuses. So
Okay, yeah.
These are specific gameplay mechanics that'll apply to your team that you have to choose before character select. And yes, they pretty much are like a group select in something like Capcom versus SNK 2. Let me give you an example of the 4 that are available in the game right now. One is double assist, where your assist attack can actually get a follow-up attack depending on whatever character you have, which will set up for even more daring like block strings and mix-up situations.
So that does confirm what I asked.
Double down,
Dude, this combo though.
pretty much like
Dude,
a
this
blended
combo
combo
though.
in a Marvel
Dude,
vs.
this
Capcom
combo though.
where
Oh
if
my,
like
oh,
level
you
1
dropped
on a
it.
character
Damn.
into a level 2 of the next character, it'll allow you to properly DHC, because the game does not normally set up for that. There's also the ability to have your character be out there and
Wait,
throw out
how
a
much
super-
damage did that do?
The ability
Holy flippin'
because the
shit.
game does not normally set up for that. There's also the ability to have your character be out there and throw out a super, and you can handshake tag to the other character while the super is still out. So this very much reminds me of a Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I'm gonna mix you up while there's a big beam on the screen or something like that. That's kind of
Pretty much what it sounds like to me.
used for, at least what it feels that way. So that is all included in the double down sort of fuse. And then the other one is a thing called freestyle. And freestyle allows you to do handshake tag twice, meaning that you set up a mix-up, you get to the other side of the opponent, and then suddenly you're controlling the other character on the opposite side of the opponent. You throw some big combo out or some big block string into like a big move and handshake back to the other character, and you have no shit a Soul Stone / Marvel vs. Capcom 1 situation where the opponent is locked in between with 2 characters on each side and you're just getting smashed to bits.
That sounds like EX.
There was one moment in Project L that left me with a giddy sort of schoolgirl glee about what I'm looking at on the screen. It was freestyle with double handshake tag. I could not believe what I was looking at. And then last but not least, the least interesting fuse in my opinion, which is probably one of the most effective ones, is called Fury. And it gives you at 40% life for your character, a bonus of stats. From what I remember, it was like damage, if not allowed you to do...
That was the
defense or
handshake
something
tag
like
that we saw
So
just then.
It was kind of like a rage mechanic for your team if you wanted that to be so. So yeah, that's... Okay, I think I'm actually done, right? I'm 13 minutes into this video describing the basic mechanics of Project L. And going into some of my
Wait,
impressions
we're only
of
at
what's going
13
on
minutes? Oh, Jesus. We still have only 7
and
minutes
the
left.
roster and the characters,
This
which
video is going to be
obviously,
so
like,
damn
we're gonna see
long.
a lot on these characters in the roster. I probably stuck with Darius the most because he's sort of like, you know, the most like rock solid. It feels like he's been in the game for a while. While Ari and Echo took a little while to get used to. Ari's kind of like, you know, the Wolverine of the game in many ways. She's got a lot of unique tools. We're going to be seeing more on these characters, and
Bam.
Echo's ridiculously crazy and a lot to wrap your head around, but still a pretty decent like beginner character. I don't really want to get into the individual character stuff because I feel like we're going to have a lot of opportunities to do that in the future. I just want to talk about overall impressions. And yes, from what we had played and what I just explained to you for 13
we
seconds,
actually have
it's
cutscene
a lot,
supers?
bro. There's a lot of stuff in this game.
We got actual animated supers?
directly made
Okay.
for fighting game
All right.
players. because so
Thank
many of
you.
these mechanics
I'm actually happy about that.
is something that is for the fighting game.
I was actually pretty curious about that because I wouldn't even be surprised if this didn't have cutscene supers, but it's like there's something about having animated supers that really shows exactly how creative and how far that you can go in terms of the production of the game, because of the fact on how you're specifically animating small little cutscene, and it really gives you a good idea about the character traits of the character, besides, of course, the mechanics of their gameplay. The fact that this is a thing, and I don't really know whether or not if Darius has one, or whether or not if the super that he showed, which is essentially the screen flip, if that's just it, and then of course Echo, whether or not if he showed it, and then of course I don't really even know what in the world was the, like, what was the prerequisite to even like use this super. I'm actually pretty curious about that.
Overall impressions. Yes. From
Okay, so the bottom gauge was used and it only needed 2.
what we had played and what I just explained to you for 13 straight minutes, it's a lot, bro.
Dude, so far it sounds like a lot. Like, this actually seems to have like the most amount of mechanics and a fighter that I've heard in a very long time. Like, this actually sounds like it has, quite frankly, the most amount of mechanics that you could ever actually put. And majorities of these mechanics are pretty much fighting game in essence. This is like from a variety of fighters. Past fighters that we have played and fall in love with and so on and so forth. Like, every single aspect of this game is just a love letter to fighting games, for what it seems like to me.
There's a lot of stuff in this game that is feeling like it's directly made for fighting game players.
Yeah.
Because so many of these mechanics inherently come across as something that is for the fighting game versed. And for any of us, we see these things and you see the potential, you see the possibility, and you see where they go. And yeah, through several people at the event and through myself getting used to the control scheme of the game and everything, you start discovering stuff, and it's very fun. What they're trying to do with all of these mechanics is give you an immediate surface level depth, like absolute laundry list / kitchen sink of things that are possible. And this isn't even including the depth of the characters, where, you know, some characters all have like universal overheads and then some don't, and then some characters sort of have these things that work this certain way and then some don't, where, you know, there isn't this like sort of homogeneous feel for every single character.
missed
in
the
There's
combo.
basic combos that work
Dude.
for everybody for sure. However, currently in the game, there is no like
Max
so
has
how
to
do we ease
that
people
this
into
has
it?
to be
If you
Max that's
mash the
playing
tag button, you'll
Darius.
see some
He
cool tag
he
thing
stated
happening
how
with the character.
he stated how he was playing Darius. So like for him to be freaking doing that combo, he must have a grounded idea of exactly how to work with Darius so far, from the amount of time that he has played the demo. Bro, I can't even imagine the kind of combos that we're going to be seeing when this game actually comes out. Holy crap. I'm just like, I can't really imagine it. I'm having a hard time imagining the combos that's going to be in this game. I feel like it's going to be at a level that is pretty much Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Like, I honestly believe that it's going to be at that level of shenanigans.
Comes in, you have to manually set up for all this wild and shit, and then eventually figure out how to do supers. And yeah, every character sort of had 2 level 1 supers and a level 2 super, which acts like a big, you know, Marvel vs. Capcom level 3.
Okay.
So it's fascinating, and I have to say that it does take a while to sort of wrap your head around it. And as we were
So
playing
what we
it
saw
and
with
figuring out
Ari
stuff
must
the
have been a
characters
level
could
2
do,
super.
I couldn't help but sort of be taken back by how intrinsically fighting game
Bam!
player focused
Oh,
all of
bam!
this is.
Oh!
And while
Oh, it's about to
refreshing
happen.
to see a fighting game go completely ham on mechanics and all of this stuff, I kind of wouldn't be surprised to see some of this stuff.
I think the video has
This
been
is a degenerate game.
yeah,
It is a game
the video
where
has
you're
actually
opened up non-freaking
restarted now.
stop. And especially when people start getting used to this handshake tag stuff, like constantly mixing between left and right. If anybody has seen Power Rangers, bro, if you've seen how that game works and how you mix people up, it is very similar in Project L. So there's a lot of crazy mix-up opportunities that happen almost like haphazardly 3 every second, that I'm like, who's blocking this stuff, man? Who is even going to block this stuff? And yeah, you would think, okay, you got defensive mechanics, though. However, in my experience, this game is like front-loaded with absolutely ballistic offense, but it does have a lot of defense, and the developers were pretty proud that there's a lot of defensive mechanics in the game. And as we went over them, yeah, there certainly is. The biggest issue I had with the defensive mechanics in Project L in its current state is that all of it is kind of expensive. Everything that you do comes with a high risk, high reward, which is fun, which is something the majority of fighting games should have. The biggest problem with this
is new. I don't think I've seen this.
Like you sort of get rolled over pretty quick. You're either rolling over the opponent or they're rolling over you super hard every once in a while. So it can kind of feel hard to get people off of you because not every single character has a DP or like a universal just get off me tool.
Okay.
You see this in a lot of other like 2v2 fighting games, Blaze Blue Cross Tag, if not a Power Ranger situation, where you get these like universal like DP, like, or get the heck out of it, like just get me out of here from this entire situation, albeit they're super unsafe on block. This game doesn't really have that. And while the retreating guard is good, it does still leave you susceptible to lows. Parries can be whiffed. The push block costs meter, and at the moment, meter's kind of hard to get. So I do hope that between all the defensive mechanics that are in the game currently, that something isn't kind of high risk, high reward, because the majority of them are somewhat like high risk, high reward. I would like something at a low risk, low reward, right? Or even a high risk, low reward situation. Because, yeah, it feels like you get mauled sometimes, especially when you're playing against people that are pretty good. You got to really block out all of this stuff, and I don't think that the situation that Dragon Ball FighterZ was presented with, which is like this optional like parry, and then you just kind of got to block out all these wild and block strings. As much as that game is fun, I don't think that's a part of the game that is, you know, really looked upon as being like a huge positive about Dragon Ball FighterZ. I think push block is a thing that just feels good in big versus games and stuff. If not, you know, things that just push the opponent away from you in smart and advancing ways. So I'm curious what happens to push block in this game. I'm curious if the green bar at the top is eventually used for anything else. But if we're talking about all my
I'm actually pretty curious
game, and if we're talking about the things that I love
about whether or not if they'll experiment a little bit more with that green bar.
Control these characters, they feel great. One thing that
because so far is primarily used for that explosion.
And when you eventually get to
like
all
that
these
burst
mechanics and how the game functions and how specials feel and how your normals feel and do they all properly combo into really good ways. Granted, I don't think Project L is coming out anytime soon. There still is no announcement of a beta or anything like that. So
sad face.
The good news is that that functionality to this game from this crew making this game has nailed it, and the characters do feel really dope. I got some minor grievances with, like, you know, some special attacks don't feel super special on some characters, but for the most part, does this game feel crunchy or weird or weighted? Do I have any issues of like movement or anything like that? No. I'm actually very happy with that, and what kind of a crazy tag game they're making, and I'm much happier that this is a tag game than a 1v1 game. And the other huge point of praise that I got to throw out is that I love the interface. I don't know if we're going to be seeing much of the character select just yet, but it's great. It's got a simple style. It uses quote-unquote "let's go" as a primer and like a jumping point for your characters, and the character select screen. The music sounded great.
I honestly wouldn't be mad if this was like the final interface.
What I wanted a Marvel vs. Capcom to be since forever, bro. And I think they've nailed the art style. They've come up with something that's like very much in between what ArcSys does and, you know, other proper 2D fighting games.
Dude, 150 flipping percent. Nah, 250 flipping percent. They have nailed this art style, this art direction, these graphics. Friggin' 50 out of 10. Straight up, 50 out of 10. Like, I am so hella biased right now. I am flippin' hella biased to the umpteenth degree. Like, straight up, this art style is what is selling me on this game, on top of obviously the combos. But it's just like, hey, I'm an easy man to please. You show me good cell shading, my money is on the table. It's like, it's right there. I'm just gonna put my card. You can go ahead and take that, and you can go ahead and charge it. It's a done deal. It's over.
And I think they've done a fantastic job on the more polished characters, especially with like Echo, Ari, and Darius. So I think the best looking character in the game right now is Echo. I just can't believe how great his secondary animations are and the way everything feels and looks. It's so good. And Darius has a huge amount of weight and impact to his attacks. I am not concerned about how dope the characters are going to look in this game and how they're going to feel, because so far, with every single character that has been playable, man, they have nailed it. It's very exciting, and the good part is that the devs were super open to feedback. Granted, this is going to be a big esports game eventually, and we know that, but they have been saying time and time again that we have to make a great game first before it's becoming an esport. So they get it. It's obvious that these devs understand that they're looking for like high-level feedback even at this point in the game, where they're still figuring out systems and how things work. And we were able to be honest and truthful about how we felt about a lot of this stuff. And yeah, the defense seemed to be one of the things that kept popping up every once in a while when we were talking to people and how the game sort of plays. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing how all this stuff rolls out. Do not anticipate we're going to be seeing this thing coming out anytime soon, and they are still figuring out the core system mechanics, if not obviously what the heck the roster and all that stuff is going to be, which is going to be super exciting in the future. Anyway,
dude, I
can't keep talking your guys' ear off. There's going to be so much more footage and even more stuff that I can talk about at a later date, so stay tuned. We'll be covering Project L extensively and also checking out how things are going to go down at EVO, because there's probably going to be a whole bunch of new information and things to see, so I can't wait for that. So stay tuned, guys. I'll be back with more Project L information and news as soon as possible if we do get more footage.
That one combo took like half of their health.
A comment or a thumbs up on this video. As you know, it helps out the channel a ton. And thank you guys for checking out my Project L first impressions, which is crazy to say considering how long we've been following this game. Until then, my name is Max, and I'll see you guys next time.
Shit, dude. All right. So that was quite frankly the longest that I was expecting this video to be. This thing is freaking 45 minutes now, so I'm not gonna like take too long to freaking talk about this. But like, holy shit, dude. This game is gonna be on a whole nother level when it actually freaking comes out. And I honestly don't think it's gonna be coming out until possibly 2025. I'm gonna be frank, I am gonna be really surprised if this actually gets a 2024 release, and it most likely won't even be like, I could see it probably having a late 2024, but I realistically feel that this game is not going to come out until 2025 at the latest. At best, it's going to be coming out at that year. So yeah, until that time, I guess I'm just going to be going ahead and freaking taking a look at some League of Legends stuff and getting my thoughts in order on exactly what in the world I am anticipating for this game in terms of like character roster and like possible future DLC characters. But yeah, all things considered, I have enjoyed what I was looking at. This game is like straight up what Marvel vs. Capcom, especially Infinite, should have been when it came to it. And as far as the direction is concerned, I'm liking where they're going. This is looking like it's going to be a seriously promising fighting game. I have really been anticipating for this game for quite some time since it was first announced. The art direction immediately freaking stole my attention. It was done deal the moment I saw that it was cel shaded, and just looking at the animations and how smooth everything was, I'm sorry, my bias is taking a hold of me, and it's already pretty much set in stone. Like, there's nothing that's gonna be freaking stopping me from copying this game when it actually comes out. So Just gonna be putting that out there. But yeah, besides all that, that's pretty much all that I have for you. This is going to be a very steep video that I'm going to need to edit, and I don't really even know whether or not if anyone's going to be interested in taking a look at this, alongside with the fact of me taking a look at some League of Legends videos. But you guys let me know whether or not if that's something that you would like to take a look at. As far as me deep diving a little bit more into League of Legends and checking out their videos as far as their characters and animations and whatnot. With that in mind, that's all that I have for you guys. For any of you Final Fantasy XIV fans that usually watch my videos, I will be going live for FanFest. Just want to put that out there. But other than that, that's pretty much everything that I have for you. You guys have a very nice day, nice night, nice morning, nice afternoon, all that good nonsense, and I shall catch you in the next one. Take care, and peace out.